So I was watching The Boys recently, and I started thinking about Homelander. Most people look at Homelander and just see a crazy guy with superpowers, and honestly, they're not wrong. The guy has done some horrible things. He's selfish, arrogant, and thinks he's better than everyone else. But in my opinion, the more interesting question isn't why Homelander is evil. It's why he ended up this way in the first place. Because when I look at Homelander, I don't just see a villain. I see someone who never really got a chance to be normal. The biggest difference between Homelander and most superheroes is that Homelander never had a real childhood. Think about it. Most heroes grow up with parents. They have friends, they go to school, they learn right from wrong. They learn how to care about other people. Homelander didn't have any of that. He was raised by Vaughn inside a lab. Not a home, a lab. And that's honestly kind of messed up when you think about it. As a kid, he wasn't treated like a child. He was treated like an experiment. The scientists around him weren't trying to raise him, they were trying to study him and control him. Imagine growing up without a family. No parents, no friends, no birthday parties, no one telling you they love you, no one telling you they're proud of you. Just doctors watching you through glass walls. I honestly think that's where most of Homelander's problems started. Because one thing the show makes pretty clear is that Homelander wants love and attention. He acts tough and confident, but deep down he constantly wants people to approve of him. Whenever someone praises him or looks up to him, he gets attached really fast. It's almost like he's trying to fill something that's been missing his whole life. And honestly, that makes sense. The guy never learned what a normal relationship looks like. He grew up thinking people either fear him or worship him. That's it. There was never anything normal in between. So when he became an adult, he didn't really know how to connect with people. He doesn't see people the way most of us do. A lot of the time, he sees them as things he can use. And I think that's because nobody ever treated him like a normal human being either. Nobody taught him empathy. Nobody taught him how to care about others. Nobody showed him what real love looks like. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that excuses everything he's done. Not at all. Lots of people have bad childhoods and don't become monsters. Homelander is still responsible for his own actions. But I do think his childhood explains a lot. The scary thing about Homelander isn't just his powers. It's the fact that he's emotionally broken. He's basically a lonely kid with the power of a god. And that's a terrifying combination. When a normal person feels insecure, maybe they get angry or make bad decisions. When Homelander feels insecure, people can die. That's why I think he's such an interesting character. Under all the confidence and all the threats, I think there's still a part of him that's that lonely kid sitting in a lab, wanting someone to care about him. Every time he stands in front of a crowd, every time he demands loyalty, every time he wants people to praise him, it feels like he's trying to fill that empty space that's been there since he was a child. And that's why I always wonder what would have happened if Homelander had a normal life. What if he had loving parents? What if he grew up in a normal home? What if someone actually taught him kindness and responsibility? Would he still become the Homelander we know? Honestly, I don't think so.
And that's where the Superman comparison becomes really interesting. Superman also has incredible power, but Superman grew up with people who loved him. He had parents who taught him right from wrong. They taught him to help people. They taught him that having power doesn't make you better than everyone else. Homelander learned the exact opposite. From the beginning, he was told he was special, that he was above everyone else, that he was more important than everyone else. And if you hear that your entire life, eventually you're going to believe it. So when people ask me why Homelander failed, I don't think it's because he wasn't strong enough, and I don't think it's because he wasn't smart enough. I think he failed because he never got the one thing every child needs, a real human connection. To me, that's what makes Homelander such a tragic character. He spends his whole life wanting love and approval, but he doesn't really understand what those things are. And honestly, I think that's what makes him one of the most interesting villains on TV right now. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? If Homelander had grown up in a normal family, do you think he would have become a real hero, or do you think he would have ended up the same way anyway?